Hello, this is Ariadne Rainbird, and today I'm going to talk about the Neopagan Wheel of the Year. Just a brief introduction. Most modern Western pagans celebrate the Neopagan Wheel of the Year in some form, adapting it to fit their specific interests. The 8 Festival Wheel of the Year is a modern invention, with the 8 festivals being evenly spaced around the wheel, suiting the modern Western need for order. Although the festivals on the wheel are ancient festivals, there's no single culture in the past which celebrated all 8 of them. The festivals chosen for the Neopagan Wheel have been pieced together from different cultures by Gerald Gardner, the founder of modern Wicca, in conjunction with Ross Nichols, founder of the Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids. The solstices and equinoxes are, of course, astronomical events, and as such are universal. The winter solstice, which falls between the 19th and the 23rd of December, marks the shortest day and longest night, after which the days begin to lengthen once again, and we welcome the return of the light. The winter solstice has been considered to be the birthday of various solar gods, such as the Roman Sol Invictus and Mithras. The Romans celebrated Saturnalia in the days leading up to the winter solstice, and in the later Roman Empire, Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, the birth of the invincible sun, on or just after the solstice. The heathen festival of Yule was also celebrated after solstice, once the days could be seen to becoming visibly longer. We know that the solstices and equinoxes were important to the ancient pre-Celtic people of Britain, because many stone monuments are aligned to them. But we do not know how they celebrated, or whether it was simply a way of reckoning time. In modern Wicca, the winter solstice is seen as the time of the rebirth of the sun god, the child of light. Modern Druidry also celebrates the return of light and the Mabon, or divine child, at this time. In modern Druidry, the winter solstice is also called Alban Arthuan, Alban meaning a period of 3 months, though this has also been interpreted as meaning light of, due to its closeness to Latin words for white and bright. And Arthuan being derived from the Welsh word for little bear, and may be a reference to the birth of Arthur as a representation of the divine child. Many modern pagan calendars use the names for the solstices and equinoxes coined by American Wiccan Aidan Kelly for the solstices and equinoxes. Kelly wasn't happy with simply calling them solstices and equinoxes and thought they should have some kind of mystical name, as do the 4 fire festivals. As the winter solstice and Christmas period was commonly called Yuletide since Christianisation, Kelly chose to call the winter solstice Yule. He sought to find Anglo-Saxon names for the other festivals and called the spring equinox Eostra and the summer solstice Letha. However, he couldn't think of a suitable Anglo-Saxon name for the autumnal equinox, though many Anglo-Saxon heathens call it Harvest Home, as that is a traditional English name for the festival of the end of the harvest. And so Aidan Kelly looked to Welsh literature and called the autumn equinox Mabon, after the Welsh deity or hero Mabon. These names caught on in America, and due to the influx of American books and social media, have also spread to the UK. However, they remain contentious, and I'm not therefore using them in this video when describing the festivals. And I don't use Aidan Kelly's names for the festivals at all. Eostra and Letha were the names of months, not festivals, although there were likely festivals during these months. The 7th century Christian monk, the Venerable Bede, tells us that the Anglo-Saxons named the month Eosta Mernard, roughly corresponding to April, after a heathen goddess, Eostra, and that the whole month was dedicated to her. The preceding month was Rhedymmonad, named after the goddess Hreda or Hretha, whose festivals were celebrated throughout that month. And so the equinox could equally be dedicated to Hreda. The spring equinox is a festival of new life and growth, as well as the balance of light and dark. In modern Druidry, it's called Alban Ela, the beginning of the season of spring. The spring equinox, which falls between the 19th and the 23rd of March, marked the new year in some cultures, with Roman New Year beginning at the Ides of March or the 1st of March. Some modern Neopagans call this festival Eostre, after the Anglo-Saxon month of Eostre, after which the Christian festival of Easter is named. American Wiccan Aidan Kelly gave this name to the festival, as well as naming the summer solstice Letha, after the month named Letha. There were in fact 2 Letha months in the summer in the Anglo-Saxon calendar, given by the Venerable Bede. Era Letha, meaning early or before Letha, Letha meaning mild, and Ethera Letha, meaning late or after Letha, roughly corresponding to June and July. And so Aidan Kelly named the summer solstice Letha, assuming that Era and Eftera meant months before and after the summer solstice festival, which he assumed must therefore have been called Letha. However, there is no evidence for any Anglo-Saxon festival called Letha, but Letha referred to a season of mild weather. In Wicca, the summer solstice is the time of the Lord of Light conquering darkness, before handing his crown to the Dark Lord once more as the days begin to get shorter again. In modern Druidry, it is also called Alban Heaven, the beginning of the season of summer. Mabon is probably the most contentious name chosen by Aidan Kelly, which he applied to the autumnal equinox, whereas as we have seen, Mabon as the child of light is associated with the winter solstice in modern Druidry. There's also an old Welsh day or holiday day called Dydd Mabon or Mabon's Day, which was a monthly holiday for Welsh coal miners, named after the Labour MP William Abraham, who was better known by his bardic name of Mabon. The autumn equinox is a time of balance and also of thanksgiving to Mother Earth for her fruitfulness as the harvest is gathered in. In modern Druidry, it is called Alban Elved, the beginning of the season of autumn. The 4 fire festivals or cross-quarter days, Imbolc, Beltane, Lunasa and Samhain, are of Gaelic origin, largely celebrated in Ireland and Scotland. Imbolc or Oimlech marks the first stirrings of the return of life, the first shoots and early flowers, and the time of lambing. Beltane is a time of purification and fertility, and Lunasa marks the beginning of the grain harvest. It's named for the Irish god Lu, who sets up the festival in honour of his foster mother Tailshi, a harvest goddess, though it is also called by the Anglo-Saxon name Lammas, meaning loaf mass. Samhain is the death festival, marking the beginning of the winter and the culling of the herds and flocks in order to survive the winter. For more on the festivals of the Neopagan Wheel of the Year, please see my videos on each of the festivals. And thanks for watching this, and if you've enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks and goodbye.